Bangalore is known for its tech and startup world, but within this city is a college like no other college you would have seen or heard of. And this college is quite literally a breath of fresh air. A breath of fresh air, really? There are approximately 700 colleges in Bangalore, so you might be wondering what is this college and what makes it so special, right? So, the college I am talking about is Bhoomi College.
Today, most educated people are aware of crises like climate change and so many other environmental problems. There are many youngsters who do wish to take up work which can do something about these problems. However, there isn't much support they get from educational institutions where the courses offered are still more academic and not maybe suitable to address real life issues today. Hence, we thought of starting Bhoomi as an institution which will offer through co-created learning, where students can learn certain things which they are more interested in this area of ecological living. And also, Bhoomi hopes to support people not only in green careers but also those who want to go into education for sustainable living.
The word Bhoomi literally means earth. So this college in every aspect from its courses to its buildings is completely in sync with the earth. For most of us, college life has been about scrambling to finish assignments before deadlines or prepare for a test the night before, because of which there is not much scope for free learning as you're trying to score marks and get that degree for a well-paying job. But at Bhoomi, you won't have to go through any of this. Because here they focus on learning that is holistic and truly in sync with our reality rather than just focusing on textbook knowledge. The entire purpose of this college is to have a space where they are not only able to connect with their inner selves but are also able to connect deeply with their surroundings and the earth. The vision of Bhoomi is based on two principles. Number one, diversity, and the second is eco-consciousness. The first one is diversity. So at Bhoomi, each and every individual is seen as a unique personality who has unique strengths, which is something that our schools and colleges fail to consider. So rather than having a set curriculum, in their fellowship, all the participants are given complete freedom to pursue topics or themes that they are interested in, and not just that, they also get to decide how much they want to dive deep into those topics. The second principle is eco-consciousness. So most of us are sensitive towards nature in usually a very superficial manner. For instance, either going vegan or using eco-friendly products or leading a zero-waste lifestyle. But eco-consciousness is a lot deeper and a lot more complex than just that. To be eco-conscious is the ability to understand what is our relation to the earth and how we're just a part of the planet and not at the top of the hierarchy. Most of the time, we tend to forget that the health of our planet is interconnected with our own health. So, if our planet is unhealthy, then we are impacted too. Things like producing too much carbon dioxide, putting too much plastic and oil into our oceans, and finally, to something as simple as littering the soil, all of this has a direct impact on our health. The air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink is all getting contaminated because of our actions. So in simple terms, coexisting with nature is what drives Bhoomi to do the work that it does. So now that we understand its mission and vision, what exactly do they teach here and what kind of learning programs does Bhoomi have? They offer three kinds of programs: the fellowship program, short programs, and the Sankalan program. Let's have a look at each of them in depth. The Bhoomi Fellowship is a 9-month fellowship that is designed in a way that gives the students a ground reality of how things actually happen and not just textbook knowledge. So this curriculum is divided into 5 parts. Number 1, Foundation Module. So the first module is the Foundation Module, which is a 3 months long program. Just like the word foundation suggests, here participants are introduced to topics like connecting with self, land, community, food, wellness, communication and expression, and much more, so that this gives them the founding base of all that is going to come. This also gives them an understanding of both education as well as ecological living. Number 2, real time project. The second step is the real time project, where participants spend 1 month working on real issues and events on themes of their choices. Now you must be wondering, why is a project given at such an early stage in the program? Well, the purpose of having a project work so early in the course of the program is so that participants get the opportunity to integrate whatever they have learned in the previous foundation module and apply it immediately in the real world. Number 3, immersive module and learning journey. So this module is 2 months long, and the focus here is on developing a deep and holistic understanding of the topic that they chose for themselves while designing their curriculum. And as part of the learning journey, all of them get the opportunity to visit educational or sustainable spaces in and around Bangalore, so that they can interact with experts working in the field and learn from their experiences. The fourth part of this curriculum is internship. So for the next 6 weeks, these participants can choose an internship in the area that they want to explore. So it can be anything from alternative educations to NGOs to projects working in ecological living, sustainable livelihoods, or even holistic education. The last and fifth part of this curriculum is integration and sharing. Now, I don't think you're going to be surprised when I tell you that there are no exams conducted at Bhoomi. So the last and final leg of this fellowship is focused on documentation, research and consolidation. For that, all the fellows have to give a final presentation. But when I say presentation, it does not only mean PPTs. Everyone has the freedom to submit their work in any form. So it could be videos, short documentaries, talks, workshops, anything that they feel comfortable with. By breaking down this curriculum, we can really see how much importance Bhoomi gives to the ground reality of how things actually happen, and not just allowing their students to learn by giving exams or assignments. For them, it is important that their students really understand how something plays out on field. So if you're interested in applying for this fellowship program, there are 2 eligibility criteria. Number 1 is that you need a graduate degree, and number 2 is basic communication of English. But in special cases, the degree requirement can be waived off if you have sufficient work experience or a conceptual understanding of issues in sustainability. So the second kind of program offered here are short programs. So if you're someone who doesn't want to do a deep dive into this kind of lifestyle and just wants to get an understanding of what Bhoomi really is, then this is perfect for you. So short programs are shorter duration courses that focus on specific themes like holistic education, food, health, immunity, wellness, etc. And these short courses give people a chance to dip their feet into the water of what Bhoomi is before jumping into it. So for instance, in the month of January this year, they had conducted a 10-day village immersion program. What happened here was they took a 10-day journey to understand the rural village systems, including farming, education and health. And all of this was done through hands-on work, workshops, discussions and multiple activities. Now finally coming to our third program, which is the Sankalan program. Sankalan means bringing together, and in this context, it is a 6-day residential program that is held on the Bhoomi campus itself. Here, small groups of people engage in sharing stories and have conversations of their lives, emotions, our connection with nature, the world, etc. The main purpose of these Sankalan programs is to help the participants become facilitators so that they can foster learning and well-being in their own respective groups, classrooms, organizations, or even communities. The aim for this program then is to empower people and make them comfortable and confident with their own ideas so that they can feel equipped to go back and empower their people and their communities.
I think the experience for me reinforces the belief and the need to think about communities and in whatever way we are working or we are living in our spaces, and how to co-create communities, and hence the group methodology that you experience as part of Sankalan programs is a very, very powerful tool to almost internalize that belief. And this is my second time that I've come here. I was here last time for inner and outer ecology, and this time I explored roles and identities as part of the course, which was extremely telling, very revealing. And I'm in the process of already thinking that how this sort of a work is applicable in so many contexts, including my own, where I work with rural communities in Uttarakhand, where we are working with communities that are already close to nature, and yet the relevance of this work is absolutely immense.
So now that we understand the curriculum better and what kind of learning programs are offered here at Bhoomi, let's have a look at the impact that these learning programs have. And the only way we can do that is by looking at what the alumni feels and what the alumni does after their course here. The first example is of Kavya Sindhuja, who volunteered to work on a landfill in Sonipat, Haryana in the year 2050. But the amount of waste that she encountered in that landfill really shocked her. The fact that human beings could waste so much on a day-to-day basis really shook her, and that's when she realized that we take the planet for granted. And this is the starting point of her journey towards waste management. So she joined Bhoomi College, and this fellowship made her ideas and dreams into a reality. After graduating, she started Earth Sitters in the year 2021, where she currently conducts sessions and workshops for professionals on the concept of waste management. Another example is of Sandeep. He's a naturalist. He's currently a researcher at the Foundation for Ecological Research, Advocacy and Learning, and works on a program that studies the populations of elephants in human-dominated landscapes of South India. Not just that, he's also the co-founder of Pikalara, which is the place for like-minded wildlife enthusiasts to get together and create awareness on biodiversity and its protection. They also conduct workshops, adventure camping trips, rainforest expeditions, and bird watching experiences for people of all ages so that everyone can learn, explore, and have a memorable time out in nature and wildlife. Madhavi Rane, a Bhoomi Fellow, is currently an educator at an alternative school in Tamil Nadu called the Pathshala, which is based on the philosophy of J. Krishnamurti. So, after pursuing a degree in biotechnology, Madhavi joined Bhoomi. This course gave her the clarity on what a huge role nature plays in our lives. So, after graduating, she started Jeevisha, a platform for people to experiment with sustainable living, as she realized there are a lot of people who want to start living consciously but tend to feel lost. So, this platform provides them with a space to help them transition. She is also the founder of Anga Sanskara, a personal care brand that uses local ingredients to make cold pressed soaps, oils, face powders, hair wash, amongst other products.
For me, Bhumi's been completely a holistic experience. I think it's opened my eyes to facets of sustainability that I never thought about, especially things like the process work that you do with yourself. Well, I knew there was something like that coming, but I didn't know the depth or the intensity of it and how it plays a part in the overall scheme of things. And the different aspects of sustainability that Bhoomi exposes you to. I had big questions around economics. Our perceptions about world order and economics and growth and development and GDP. I questioned all of it, how it would work if, the world went into a completely sustainable mode. And a lot of my understanding and thinking was shattered by some of the sessions that we've had here. So I think we have a very narrow and a linear view of sustainability most of the time. And I did too when I came into Bhoomi. And when the different facets of sustainability were kind of exposed to us, I think that's what brings in the holistic view.
So now coming to the last part of the video, which is what do I think about this program and this college. So I feel like in this day and age, we have started to use the word sustainability as a marketing tactic, as there are so many courses and certificates and degrees out there that offer a course in sustainability. But I feel like if we just sit in a classroom surrounded by four walls and study theories around sustainability, we don't really understand how to coexist with nature or what sustainability means on ground. So that is why I feel like what Bhoomi is doing is truly groundbreaking, because they're allowing each and every participant or student to engross themselves in the ground reality and truly experience what it feels like to live with nature and to coexist with nature. Because just think about it, we can't learn how to swim by just reading about it or reading theories about it, right? But if we want to learn how to swim, we need to get into the water, and that's where we start our journey. And in the same way, if we want to learn how to live a sustainable life or how to coexist with nature, we need to get into that space and really get into it and get our hands dirty. So if I had to put why I love Bhoomi's initiative into two simple reasons, then the first reason is that all the programs offered here focus on bringing about inner changes as well as a change in the outer world. And such a change is created by encouraging all the participants to take part in deep reflections of their own actions and the reaction of their work. The program also focuses on serious documentation, which allows the students here to pay conscious attention to each step and thought. This documentation also aids their reflection as they can visually see their thought process. To aid the documentation process, the facilitators provide the participants with questions such as what would you like to go deeper into, which facilitator moved you, what changes need to be brought into this thought process, or can you think about issues that would pop up in the long run. As there is no fixed content or textbooks given by Bhoomi, this documentation also acts like the transcript of everything that was learned by them. So basically, this gives people the chance to look at themselves as change makers rather than just a robot who follows orders. And the second reason is that most of the alumni here come from super conventional backgrounds such as HRs, IT workers, architects, but the moment they complete their program here, it's as if something ticks in them. And instead of looking at something from one singular perspective, they begin to look at it from different angles and perspectives, and especially they begin to look at it from an angle of empathy and hope, rather than just looking at it from the attitude that this is a job that needs to be done. So that's the end of today's video. I would love to know your thoughts on Bhoomi College, and especially I would love to hear your ideas on reforms that you would like to see in your specific college. So let me know in the comments down below. And if you like today's video, don't forget to share, subscribe and press on the bell icon so that you don't miss any of my future videos. See you next week. Bye.